Good morning, everyone. So today's reflection meditation is on the Grail of time and space. And as you know, the Grail is a word that has been interchangeable, especially in Catholicism and uh, sacramental-based Christianity, as the chalice. And the chalice refers to the Last Supper, right? Right. The chalice held the sacred blood, and the chalice is also the cup, figuratively and literally, that Jesus drank. And Teresa of Avila, in her poem, broadens out the understanding of the Grail, makes it inclusive of all instead of exclusive just to Christ. She lets her own experience of Christ be the launching point to understanding that if for one, so for all. So I'd like to read that poem as we begin this morning. They are like shy young school kids, time and space, before the woman and the man who are intimate with God. The realized soul can play with this universe the way a child can a ball. A chalice, the Grail, my body became, for it held the Christ, and he drank from me. Sanctified are our limbs, for every heart has touched God, though most with closed eyes. A holy relic is each creature, and beauty may worry about its comeliness waning. We fear dying till we know the truth of ourselves. The seams on my body are torn. I have stepped from the region of me that did not love all the time. So each of those phrases is incredibly potent in and of themselves. But if we go to the one phrase that a chalice, the Grail, my body became, for it held the Christ, and he drank from me. You know, she has this personal reference here that every aspect of what she is has awakened in such a way that she knows that God is drinking from her, that her very existence in time and space is an intimate exchange that can be likened to God lapping up her. And she points to her belief that every limb, every part of creation is this intimate. And she rightly states that many human beings, though, have closed eyes. So in that light, there's something of a call. She knows that time and space itself are simply chalices, are simply occasions, the setup, the time and space, the qualities that we're talking about, everything that we can identify within those qualities of time and space are all a setup for an intimacy with God. And this is certainly circling around a pervading theme of the sacramental quality of all things, of presence in all things. And she points out, though, that when somebody's really intimate with God, time and space are, she says, like young, shy school kids. That means that they're not dominating. They are not limiting. They are not what the realized soul is butting up against. There's no resistance and no wrestling and no feeling constrained. There's no misunderstanding that time and space are an elemental quality of a fraction of who and what we are. And in that realization, she says that very dramatic statement that I think we all long to know fully. The realized soul can play with this universe the way a child can a ball. With the increased allure of the law of attraction, with the way human beings today are buying into that, they do so because there's truth there. There's a felt sense that we have that kind of empowerment within ourselves to manifest immediately, to be capable to play with the universe. But the path to getting there is where the question lay, right? It's not just saying we believe that. That helps because it helps heal our doubt. But the path is the experience of the moments where we are lost in the truth and become more grounded in that truth. Being lost in the truth grounds us in the truth. So this morning's meditation is very simple, and hopefully you are able to use the metaphor and the imaginative invitation around chalice and grail to create a time-space container for the experience of God in all. I'm going to invite you just to make a cup out of your hands like this, and you want to set them on your lap. It could be like this as well, but something that's cup-like. And we're going to begin that way and let that representation of chalice be the heart of our experience. So you're cupping your hands side by side or one under the other, but as though you're holding some droplets of water. You want it rounded as much as possible and sitting them upon your lap. So I invite you to close your eyes. And with your focus upon your cupped hands, imagine that you are holding a substance that is exquisite. It could be as simple as water. It could be as subtle as divine energy. And invite the Christ to drink from your hands. And now broaden that image out and let the cup be you, the physical you that's sitting in this time and space in the room where you sit. And in some imaginary yet truly real way, allow the Christ to be lapping up you. It could be through presence. It could be you as a chalice. But you are being taken in, absorbed. Let yourself be taken in. All within you that seems pleasant and unpleasant, let yourself be cherished. And now broaden out and let the room in which you sit recognize that in its own way, because of its container likeness in time and space, that it too is something of a chalice. It is a holder and a bearer, and it is in this moment enjoyed by the Christ. And now let the entirety of your home be the container, the chalice, the grail. And now broaden out and let the container be the city in which you sit. For there is a certain organizational quality to the environment that serves as a container, a patterning. Let this be somehow cherished, lapped up, drunk from, poured into by Christ. And now let the state in which you sit, which has its own organizational quality, be the container, the chalice, the grail, for the divine presence to lap up, to bless, to anoint, to drink from. And now broaden out to the country, everything within the country, every system, every creature, every exchange, every pattern is all a chalice and a grail for the divine to drink from, to pour into. And brought into this entire earth, the earth itself, in time and space, is a grail that holds the sacred presence, that is drunk from eagerly by divinity, that is an outpouring that expresses itself in a time-space way. All is being illumined in your awareness of this reality. And then broaden out to the universe and the galaxies and all the furthest reaches of what your mind knows are creations in time and space. This too is a grail and a chalice from which the Christ drinks. Let the direction of your focus be the opportunity for blessing. And then we begin to end our meditation by assenting to the high probability that there's much more than we even know when it comes to time and space and the reaches of it. And in that we can stand humbly, knowing that all is held, all is poured into, all is cherished, even beyond our knowing. And therefore blessing comes at each moment, at each beat, at each occasion. And the direction of our focus is not the author, but the observer. Before opening your eyes, if you will, make the commitment today to stand in that, to recognize that when your point of focus notices that time and space are a small container being cherished by the divine, that it is simply you awakening into an understanding that bears enduring joy. With that, I invite you to bring your palms together in front of your heart and to open your eyes with Namaste. Namaste. Have a great day, everyone.